Our planet is constantly changing. Volcanoes, earthquakes, landslides, erosion, avalanches, and floods can change the landscape over a long time or a very short amount of time. The Hawaiian Islands in the Pacific Ocean are thought to have been formed by volcanoes many years ago. In 2011, an underwater earthquake caused a tsunami that moved parts of Japan's coast 8 feet, and scientists believe that the Great Lakes in the United States were formed by glaciers. Did you know that God works in your life in similar ways? Whether you have a great tragedy or a small problem in your life, God uses it to change you. The Apostle Paul had some sort of trouble in his life. He called it a thorn in his flesh, and you can read about it in 2 Corinthians 12, 7 through 10. Paul knew that God had put it in his life to grow humility in his heart. Paul was thankful for the thorn because he knew God was using it to make him more like Jesus. Rusty is a man who's in prison. Rusty would tell you that God has used prison to make big changes in his heart. Now, Rusty teaches other prisoners about Jesus, and he encourages his family and friends to see God's work in their lives, no matter what happens to them. Rusty said, if we could just really get a glimpse of what God is doing when things are hard, if we could focus in on how he changes us, how it takes extreme heat and pressure to form a diamond, then maybe we would do what Paul says and rejoice, because God really is making us more like his Son. God has good plans for his earth, and God has good plans for every child of his. Change is a part of God's plan to make us more like Jesus.